Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are going to talk about scrapping Stack Overflow questions with Python. So this video is a part of a series of video which I am going to create. It will be around 3 to 5 videos for this particular series, and every video will be an individual video where you can get the enough information from one video only, so you don't have to watch all the videos if you don't want. And the thing is that what will be like the series and how it will work. So in this video we'll talk about scrapping Stack Overflow questions, and then in the next video we'll make an API using those questions using Django and the Django REST framework. Then the third video will talk about probably the web app front end using Django of that application, and then we will create the same application using Flutter, and we will consume that API which we will make, so that we can learn the process, and by after that we will create complex APIs using Django, and then we'll make complex apps using Flutter. So why I'm using Python? The reason is that Python is probably one of those languages where you can do anything, and even I have been like working a little bit with the Node.js, JavaScript, React and all that, but it does not give me that much comfort which Python gives me. And in fact, learning Python is like, you can do anything. Like you can do some data science work, machine learning, even mobile apps, desktop apps. But the thing is that why I'm using Python is that when you have to make a mobile application, you won't probably be using Python, because there are other options which will be faster for you for developing mobile apps like Flutter. So it doesn't make any sense, and also it will not give you that much value as of now, which Flutter or native application will give. So that's the reason. So we have to choose wisely that for what purpose we are using what. So I feel Python is for every other thing. Python is good enough, and it takes a very less time with a very good result. So that's why. So today we'll talk about scrapping. So let's start. So first of all, I want you to install Python. So there are two versions of Python. One is 3.x and another is 2.x, something like that, like this. So I'll prefer to go with 3.x. so x is a variable here. So right now I have, I guess, 3.7, so you can go with 3.7. And then I want you to install pip env. So pip is a kind of a package manager for Python, and then pip env is something which comes with a virtual environment. So it actually creates and manages the virtual environment for you, so that you don't have to get into that zone of installing and uninstalling packages. And then if you want to use different versions of packages in different apps, so you can manage all that, and it also makes your computer clean. So, and I'm not going to show you that how to install all this. If you have any issues, then definitely you can ask me in the comments, and I can make a separate video on this, but not in this video. And even if you have other suggestions regarding the series and all that, then you can ask me in the comments, or you can suggest me there. Then we will also use Beautiful Soup, which is again a library for pulling out HTML and XML files, so that we can scrap Stack Overflow. We'll see that. So now back to my terminal. I'll go to, first of all, my desktop. So desktop, and then I have a folder called Python 2k19. So I'm here, and I'll open this folder using my Visual Studio Code, and here I am. So let's go into the full mode. Now what I'll do, here in this terminal, I'll use this. Let's check the Python 3 version. So Python 3, it's 3.7.3. also we can check pip env version, and it's somewhere 2018 11.26. okay, fine. Now we will use pip env, and we will install Python 3.7. okay, so now it will create this virtual environment for this project. If you want to use Python 2, then you can just write pip env install. Now we are here. Now we can go to pip env shell, and we can go to pip env run. So let's open pip env shell to activate the virtual environment. We are here, and now I want two packages. First would be let's close this, install requests. So request is kind of a library to make HTTP requests and get some data out of it. so it will install that particular library for me. It's success. Now what I want to install one more thing, which is beautiful soup 4, beautiful soup 4. Okay, and now it will install that for me. It will take some time, and yeah, boom. So I have these these two things. If I'll go to pip file, then I can see these are the two packages which I just used using star. I mean, I didn't specify the version. Now here in this only folder, I'll create a new file and I'll call it stack overflow, let's say this .py. So this is my Python file. Now I'll just move it a little bit down. Now what I'll do, so here I will write import, first of all, requests, so that we can import the request. Now I want to have some response, so using this request I'll use this get method which takes a URL, if you will see. So again, so this get method takes a URL with parameters. So we will go here, we will go to stackoverflow.com/questions. So this is the website where you can see a lot of questions coming with the views and counts. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here using this is fine. Now what we will do, let's try to print this response, print response. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this. So here in back to the terminal part of it, I'm gonna run python, oh sorry, let's check the version, this particular location. So I have stack overflow.py, so I'll just write stack overflow.py. Oh sorry, I forgot Python, adding Python. So Python stack overflow, oh again, this is some mistakes I do every time. Okay, now if I run this, then you can see I got the response 200, and yeah, so it is working fine. But let's now we can even print response dot text so that we can see what we are getting. So I'll just run this command again, and you can see I got a lot of things in some form of HTML. So it is, although the text version of it, but it is like a lot of things. Okay, so basically the only thing which I wanted to see is that even it is working or not. So it's working for sure. Now what I want, I'll use this beautiful soup. So here is the documentation that how to use it. So without wasting your time, let me just go here. We will write soup and we can specify. Okay, so for using beautiful soup we need to import it first. So from bs4 import beautiful, okay, soup. So I don't think it is working, right? Okay, let's try again from bs4. So let's see if it is working. bs, oh, I'm not getting any IntelliSense, why, I don't know. So let's try to write everything by ourselves. Beautiful soup. Okay, why it is not working, the reason is that I have to select the environment from here, then it should work. It will ask me to install pylint. I will install it, and yep, 1 second. So it's installing the pylint for me so that it can help me with problems in my project. And now I guess we are done. Now if I write bs4, yes, now we can got it. So beautiful soup. Now okay, let's install this as well. We have installed pylint. Now what we want to, as soon as it's installing, I guess it's done. Yep. So now what we want is, first of all, we will go back to our shell. So pip environment shell. Okay, oh, we were already in the shell, so let's deactivate it. Okay, now fine. Yes, so what we want to do, we will use this beautiful soup here, and Okay, is it? Oh, I'm making some mistake. So this is the beautiful soup, and now what I it takes a markup, it takes where you want how you want to parse it. So we will specify first of all response dot text, that it is what we want to, you know, make it like we want to pull data from it, and in the form of HTML dot parser. Okay, so this is what we will specify. Then let's try to print this soup. Okay, now let's run the command again, if I can get it. Okay, let's write it from scratch. Python stack overflow, okay, .py, and you can see we got some response again. Now it's a lot of things, so now let's see how we can use this. So what I want to do, I want to fetch the questions. Okay, so let's write questions, then I will use this soup. Then it has few methods which I can use. So select, so which select something from using CSS selector. So if you're not aware of that, then you need to learn HTML CSS. So what we will do, we'll go to here, we will try to inspect it, and then for this question I'll use this select an element, and I can see this question is a part of this question summary. Okay, so this question summary, if I just, so there are a lot of question summaries for every other question, then it has some ID, and this question summary have this href, and under h3 we have this question. Okay, so this is what we want. So first of all we need this question summary, and it has some ID. Then it also has states container where we can see the views, as well as in the states we have the votes. Okay, so we will use this votes as well as view. So let's do one thing. In the vote we have vote count post, so it's a long hierarchy, and then it is 0. So first of all we need this question summary. So what we will do, we will ask dot select dot question summary. Why dot? Because it's a class. So this is how we will do it. Then let's print the questions 0 version of it. Okay, so the first question basically. So, and we could write in fact select 1 as well if we want the first question, but let's try this way. So what I'll do, I'll just run this, and it will give me something like this. Okay, so we are getting some details which is still not very readable, but we are getting a proper data, I guess. So now you can see that we have the states container, states, votes, and all that. So now what I want this questions dot attributes. So this is how I can get the attributes. So now we will write something like this, and you can see the attributes. So this has a question summary, this has a question summary, and this ID. So if I go back, then you can see we have same 557800048, although the ID is different because, you know, the question has been updated and we haven't updated this site yet. Okay, so this is what we got. Now what I want, I basically want this question 0 dot attributes I have. Now what I can do, I can again select from here. Okay, and let's try to use this. Let's say what we have this view count, this thing. So this is the question hyperlink which I can get. Okay, so if you read this class, this is question hyperlink. So let's try to get that. So question hyperlink. Okay, this should give us the hyperlink. Now let's run the command, and yeah, we got some null pointer exception, or it is not a null pointer exception, it is actually a question. So you can see that we got this question hyperlink class. If let me just zoom it a little bit, then we have this href with this question. Okay, now what I don't want I just want this modal mapper, type map, null pointer question and all that, because this is under the a tag and this is our question. So how we can get that question? Using dot get text. So this is another method which can give us the question. And now we can see we have some error. Yeah, so because list object has no attribute get text, because it is giving us a list. So now what I want, I just want the one, select one, the only one, the hyperlink. So now if I'll run it, I will get this: how to mimic Excel's largest function in Python. This is the question which has been asked. So this is how we can fetch the data. Now what I will do, I will try to fetch the data, this data, for all the questions. Okay, so I'll just copy it and I'll run a loop here for question in questions. Okay, and now what I want the first question first of all. So I will say first question variable q is my question, let's say. Then we don't use where, by the way. So q is that q. So let's copy this, and rather than this we can replace it with q dot select one and dot get text. Okay, now if I'll clean it, and what I'll do, I'll try to print q here. This is like how I will do this. And now if I'll run this command, then you can see I have all the questions. Oh yes, I have just one question right now. And why that happened? So we are selecting one out of this queue. And okay, so let's try to clean it once. And yep, clear, sorry. Now let's try to run this command again, and you can see we have all the questions, right? So these are all the questions which have been asked. So now what I want to show them in a proper way. So I have got the basically the, if I go back here, then I have got this question. Now what I want this vote count. Okay, so the vote count is under this vote count post, under this question summary. So similarly I will ask for the vote count. So vote count, and then I'll just replace it with vote count post. Now let's try to get this vote count, and let's clear it a little bit, or maybe we can move it a little bit further. And now let's clear it, and now let's try to run this command, and we got the votes. Okay, vote count minus 5000. Now what we want the number of views as well. Okay, so these are the views. This is under views class. Then under title we got 2 views which we want, otherwise this text is not good. So what I'll do, I'll go back here and I'll write views, and then I'll paste the same command from here. But rather than this vote count, first of all I want the views, so I'll write views class. Then I'll check for attributes, okay, because it has some attributes like this title attribute which we want. So attributes, now I'll write clear and I'll print vote views here. Now let's run the command, and we got some views like title 12, 22 views, 19 views, 4 views and something like that. Now using this attributes, I will fetch only the title. Okay, now if I'll just run this command one more time, then I can see I have, oh, again, okay, I didn't save it, so let's save it first. Now let's run this command again, and then you can see all the views we have. Now what I want, we got all the data, we have everything here. So what we will do, on the top we will make a dictionary probably here, that our data or questions data. Here we will make an sort of a map or dictionary where we can say questions, so that we can make it something like a JSON, and then the question will be a list. So what we will do now, we will use this question data, okay, and the key which is questions, and then we will use this append. Okay, so what I'll do basically, I'll use another array here, and for question or question we can just add queue here. For views we will add the views here, and for vote count you can also make a class if you want, but for the simplicity I'm using this vote count. We're gonna use vote count. Okay, so that's it. Now here at the end, what I want, I will import one more thing, which is JSON, and I will, let's say, data, JSON data, and I will use this JSON dot dump. Okay, it will take an object, and here I'll pass the questions data, and then we will print this JSON data. So this is how this dumps basically is to, you can see, serialize this object to a JSON formatted string. So now if I will go back to my terminal, if I'll write clear, then if I'll write this command, then it will give me all the questions with votes as a JSON. So now if I want to copy this particular thing from here to here, then I could just copy it. I'll go here, I'll go to a website called jasonlin.com, and I'll paste this here, and let's see if it's a valid JSON. Oh, we got some error. Okay, so what we missed here is that where the problem is. Okay, we have this vote count, that might be the problem. So now let's try one more time, and this is the data which we got. Now let's try to copy this data. Let's go to jasonlin.com. Let's paste this data here, validate it, and the JSON is valid. So valid JSON, and yes, so this is how we can scrap this particular Stack Overflow question with views and vote count, and then we will use it using our Django, and we will make a REST API with this. So thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, also press the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care, and also leave your comments in the comment section, as well as the code is available on GitHub. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.